Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Home Studio Simplified channel. So glad that each and every one of you could make it today. We got a pretty big show lined out for you. It's going to take quite a bit of time to get through today's episode simply because we actually have 16 submissions. Wow, that's awesome. And I'm looking forward to hearing each and every one of them. So let's go ahead and before we even get into that, if this is your first time here, maybe you've never been here before, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. We can dream alone, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. Along those same lines, I want to let you know that because of our togetherness here on the channel, we have recently just topped out at 10,000 subscribers. I say topped out. No, we're not topping out. We're going to go farther. But we have reached, rather, 10,000 subscribers. And because of this, we're having a massive giveaway. The link is in the description of the video. And if you want to follow that and enter, we have over $2,000 worth of plugins and courses that we're going to be giving away. So you don't want to miss out on that. A couple of those courses are going to be the Compression Simplified course. will be given away to one individual. And then I got 2 copies of the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course. That's a $97 value. 2 of those, that's a $194 value. Will be given away 𝗏𝗏 Multimedia's 1 mastering processor, Melodyne 5 Studio. There's a whole lot of coolness. So definitely go ahead and sign up for that. One caveat to that is you do have to be a subscriber to the channel in order to win. That's the only major stipulation to that. So let's give a big shout out to these individuals. These are those who have helped to sort of keep the lights on, so to speak. James Sheets, Chris Knowles, Ben Grauer, 𝗏𝗶𝗿𝗏, Mark George, Pete Ferguson, Danny, Miracle Records, Jurgen, Stan, Levon, Rayfield Drake, Gordon Grinnell, Zach Wayman, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Anyway, these are some awesome individuals, and you'll see over here on the right, these are folks who have either donated through the super chat feature, which is in your little chat bar down at the bottom on the right hand side, or they have given a one-time donation through PayPal. Some of them actually have donated more than once. So thank you all, each and every one of you who have given back, as time is a valuable commodity, and I actually use a lot of it here on the channel. With that being said, this is a labor of love. So it's not anything that I'm upset about. I'm willingly here of my own volition. There are no armed guards standing behind me telling me to do these things. So thank you, each and every one of you who have seen the worth and the time that I'm spending on this to try to help individuals and who have donated or given in some way, shape, or form. You guys rock. Speaking of people that rock, let's give a shout out to our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏𝗃 Academy. The 𝗏𝗃 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏𝗃 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏𝗃 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. All right, so if you have had a chance to check out the channel at any given time, you know, monthly around here we have what are called the HSS, or the Home Studio Simplified Song Contest. These are contests, quote unquote, which really everybody wins. So it's not really based off of who wins or who doesn't win. And what you'll see is, as you begin to interact with this community, is everybody is very helpful. So with that being said, what we do is we submit songs. There's a form in which you can submit those songs in the link of the description of this video. And basically you upload a song, we all listen to it together. I give some professional feedback on how I feel like you could improve it, or if it even needs improvement. And everyone in the community gets to listen to it. Then I choose a winner, and the winner will get a free mix and master from yours truly. Usually the mix and the master is done live so that everybody has a chance to learn something from that. So this isn't just a one-off, you know, a featured artist, so to speak, where you come on the channel, we listen to it and go, wow, that was a great song. Good job. It's not that. This isn't like a radio style type thing. This is more or less like a deep dive into what we can help, how we can help you to take your mix to the next level. So, although there are other channels who are doing similar things as far as, you know, listening to other people's songs and giving them, you know, a high five, an attaboy, or some of them are even completely tearing them down. That's not the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel is to help individuals, and this is a safe place for you to post your music. You're not going to get any kind of negative feedback unless it's constructive criticism. So with that being said, I want to say a big shout out to everybody in the chat today. Thank you all already for populating the chat, for being awesome. Looks like we got some of our moderators have joined in. Mob the Gamer, Jurgen is here. Mark George is here. Looks like my son commented. Coffee Cam is coming soon. Bob C, DJ Big Red 81, Mark George, Bob C, Gary Thompson. Good to have you here, buddy. From Trinidad even. Awesome. So yeah, each and every one of you are very valuable to this channel. And I thank you all so much for showing up. And I love the fact that every time we're here and we're all gathered together, there's just a lot of constructive feedback that comes from that. So let's go ahead and check out the various tracks that we got. We got 16 of these bad boys today. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get through these. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into them now. And rather than, belabor the point any further, just want to make mention real quick too, other than the giveaway, we have one other thing that's happening for the month of October. So during this month of October, or until we get 10 people that have signed up, we're right now currently, we're getting close to that 10 people mark. So you need to jump in now if you're going to, but we have what's called the Rocket Fuel Bundle. This is a bundle of all the courses that I sell. It's 5 group Skype sessions, and it is guaranteed to take your music production skills from here to here and to get you to release stuff faster, which is why it's called the Rocket Fuel Bundle. It will basically give you a blueprint on how to release songs so quickly. In fact, we had one individual who went from releasing 1 to 2 songs every 3 months to 5 songs in a week. So I can't say that he released them all 5 songs in the week, but he produced them, got them going, got them together, put them all together. So does it work? Absolutely. Definitely go and check that out as well. The link is under the same link as the giveaway. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. There's only a few more slots left. The doors will be closing at the end of October, and it's only open to 10 people so that everybody has a chance to be heard and so that everyone gets the most help out of it. There's also a 2-pay and a 3-pay payment plan. So if you can't afford the full price of what the bundle is, you can actually pay that in payments. So I've tried to set it up to where everybody gets a chance. So, hey, Sergey, it looks like we got a newcomer. This is what we do for newcomers, folks. Let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the very first submission that we have here. This first submission is called Surfer Joe. Let me pull up the dialog box here. It says this one, oh, wow. So in the section during the song contest where it says, if you want to share a little bit about the song, he literally shared just a little bit, but that's fine. It says a tribute and a parody of the surfer songs from the 60s. That's it. Okay. Well, let's give it a listen.
I knew a surfer who was so brave and bold. He couldn't go surfing. They say he's too old. Too old. Can't go surfing no more. No more. No. They saw the old man with the leather-like skin. His sharp-paid face held a determined grin. He drug a green board made from half a tree as he made his way through the crowd to the sea. Surfer Joe, now he's moving slow. Oh man, Surfer Joe, oh no, he won't go surfing no more. They knew he'd give up as he entered the bay. He'd paddle back, chicken out, he wouldn't stay. He'd splash around bravely almost every day, but when a wave tumbled in, he'd swim far away. Surfer Joe, now it's just a show. Oh man, Surfer Joe, oh no, he won't go surfing no more. They saw something different as he paddled from shore. His hands were rock steady and they shook no more. He spun, caught the waves, stood up so sprightly, they didn't see that his knees wobbled oh so slightly. Surfer Joe, well what do you know? Look at old man Surfer Joe, he's too old to go riding the surf no more. Crowd was divided and some looked on the flee. Joe shook his head and sent his frisbee to the sea. He's not afraid. He won't back down. He won't back down. Not up. He'll back down. He won't back down. He Now he'll back down. No, look at him standing so brave, right in the crest of that wave. You back down, wait and see. With his shiny gray hair, he looked just like a lion. When the spray came along, sent his rug flying, he's not afraid. He won't back down, he won't back down. He won't back down, he won't back down. He lost his hair, we know. Now he'll back down. No, look at him standing so brave, right in the crest of that wave. You back down, wait and see. He'd like to hang Pin, but he can't anymore. He shot up 3 toes to get out of the war. He's not afraid. He'll back down, he won't back down. He'll back down, he won't back down. He lost his toe, we know. Now he'll back down. No, look at him standing so brave, right in the crest of that wave. You back down, wait and see. The last time we saw him, he was shooting the curl, and then the wave just started to swirl. We searched all the way down to the reef. We found his board, and a handful of teeth. Surfer Joe, well, where did you go? Surfer Joe, we miss you so. Little old man was soaked to the skin as he stood neath the pier with a big toothless grin that stretched from his lips to his sunburnt head as the crowd looked up and down the entire seabed. Surfer Joe, well, please don't you go. Surfer Joe, we miss you so. He started to walk out, and he turned around. The moon started to rise, and he heard the sound of sobbing as everyone started to sing aloud, the song of a brave surfer loved by the crowd. Surfer Joe, well, will we ever know? Surfer Joe, oh no, we love you, Joe. A tear ran down his cheek as he started to go. With his 7-toed gait, he walked very slow. He was filled with pride as he limped out of sight, for a legend was reborn here this very night. Surfer Joe, well, we saw him go. Surfer Joe, go man go. We love you, Joe. Whoa, poor Joe.
Wow. Okay, that was definitely very, very interesting. First time we've ever had surfer music here on the channel that I know of. Yeah. Mark George says any minute now he's going to sing Monster Mash. I was waiting for it myself. So yeah, this type of music is synonymous with the 60s, 70s style. Even some of the early 50s had a lot of this sound, or late 50s, I should say. So, and in order to give my fair and constructive criticism of this particular track, I have been taking notes. So if you see me looking down like this, I'm actually writing down notes as I'm listening. One of the first things that I found was that the vocals were very overpowering. So you want to dial those vocals back a little bit. There was also a lot of reverb. Of course, it was synonymous with that genre of music. But it needed to be dialed back just a little bit too, as well. With that being said, the key changes and the tempo changes are good for some songs. In this one, it kind of worked, but also it kind of threw things off, where I noticed that the timing of certain things just didn't match up whenever the tempo changed, and the key changes as well. The vocals didn't match the key change either. So LA Winter, what is up? So there were some times where I could feel that the lead vocals were kind of struggling to match those key changes. And anytime you have key changes in a song, that's definitely one of those things. Hey, Bops, what's up? So with that being said, the key changes and the tempo changes were just a bit much. If it happens once in a song, it's one thing. If it happens twice in a song, sometimes it's okay. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. It's usually used and kind of pulled out in a production to take it to a next level, either before a crescendo or an ending, or, you know, there's usually like some purpose for it. Whereas this one, it just seemed like it was kind of thrown in there. But then again, you know, this is all subjective. And then the last thing I would add is I know that this was sort of a story-based song, which are those tend to actually be a little bit longer typically. But 6 minutes is a bit long for like something that you would play on the radio. So if you intend to play this on the radio, 6 minutes might be a little bit too long, might be pushing it. However, it's something that you just plan on releasing for fun. 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 30 minutes, it's fine. But if you're going to intend to play it on the radio, obviously you want to keep it shorter. In fact, most radio-ready songs are 3 to 4 minutes and no more. Now, there are some songs, with the exception of that, that go above and beyond and blow that sort of industry standard out of the water. But typically speaking, if you're going to put this on the radio, then you'll need to have it a little bit shorter. So, all right, the next one is Peace, Unending Love by Joshua Helms. So this is an individual that I recently connected with on one of the Facebook groups. And he's got some really good music. And I've been kind of helping him out. He says, the song is called Peace, Unending Love, as it is intended to soothe a troubled soul and ease the worried mind. True peace can only come from Jesus. And I only want to help someone experience his never-ending love as I use sound to express what words never could. I like that. This was again recorded using GarageBand, and I played all the instruments, lead and rhythm guitar, bass, drums, and the organ is a GarageBand software instrument. The guitars were played through amp simulators as well as the bass being plugged straight through to the interface and later EQ'd to pull into true bass tones, considering the bass I used is extremely trebly. And yes, that is a word. The drums were recorded in a more primitive way. My interface at the time was an M8 M Audio, which only had 2 inputs, so I used an analog 4-channel mixer, ran to the interface, making all the drums on a single track. 2 Behringer C2 condensers were used overhead, and a 𝗏𝗏 condenser on the kick, and 1 at the snare. The creation of this song begins with the drum beat, which was a play on Santana's Maria Maria, and then experimenting with some chords over it. So I continued in the Santana feel, since Carlos Santana is my all-time favorite guitar player anyway. And he's an excellent guitar player. All right. With that little bit of a backstory, let's go ahead and check this out. I'll turn this up a little. Another great instrumental song by Joshua Helms. The last one that he submitted was really good too. This one just seemed to sort of be a little bit on the darker, the muddier side of things. Now, whenever you first get into mixing, that tends to be one of the first things that plagues us as, newbie mix engineers. However, the guitars sounded spot on. I love the vibe that you were going there. One thing that I would make mention of, though, is it seems as if it was very, very repetitive, which would be great if the song was shorter, but because it's a longer song, I feel like there should have been some more spice in there. Maybe an extra guitar that came in on the left side of the stereo field, or maybe it was just something. Oh, looks like Mark George just repeated me before I even said it. But yeah, it definitely does have lots of potential. Don't get me wrong, but I made some notes here. One of the things that I think it had areas that could be addressed is the painting. A lot of people get very, very, they don't treat their painting liberally enough. Now, I understand, a lot of people will say, well, some people are only listening through one earbud, or, most car speakers, you're only sitting on one side of the car, so it's only coming out of one side. I get that. At the same time, though, painting doesn't have to always be just 20% or just a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. There's nothing wrong with painting something 50, 60, 70, even 100% at times. Especially, given the arrangement that you've got going on. So I would definitely take more use of the stereo field by painting. Also, as I already mentioned, it's a little bit muddy, but yet again, a lot of that can be fixed with some simple high pass filtering. And also, I noticed that the production elements that were added to this, the guitar had a lot of low end. The bass was very low, and the register, it was very, very low. In fact, it was almost sub in the sub regions. And then there's the kick, obviously, and all of those things were combating with one another. And so I could hear already there were some ways that you could have addressed that, and just got them all to sort of play well together. Another thing about this particular track, and not just this track, but a lot of tracks that have been submitted in times past, and I've never really talked about this that much, but coffee time. A lot of people who want distorted guitar in their tracks, they tend to over distort the guitar. If you listen to a lot of the older like rock tracks, a lot of the Rolling Stones tracks, a lot of even Alex Lifeson from Rush, a lot of his tracks, they're not actually as gritty as what you think they are. They sound that way because they're in context with the rest of the mix, and they're also being ran through sometimes an SSL, which is compressing them on the way in and on the way out, and there's a lot of analog compression going on there that sort of sounds like guitar distortion. However, for the most part, when you begin to solo things out, as we've even seen here on the channel here recently, when we're soloing out some of the elements of Michael Jackson songs and some of the Alex Lifeson guitar work that was in the last Rush song that we covered, you notice that, yes, it was gritty, but it wasn't like over the top. Now, there's a point of no return whenever you put too much distortion on a guitar, where it loses its intelligibility from one note to another, and it all just kind of starts to blah together, for lack of a better term. But with that being said, that's also an element of taste. Now, this for this particular song, it actually kind of worked. So it's one of those things where, you might dial it back just a little bit just to see if that doesn't actually clean up some of that low end, or, leave it and try to work around that. Either take the bass up a little bit more or carve out a space for that guitar, or put a side chain on the bass and the kick to get them to play well together. Lastly, one thing that I was going to make mention of that would actually help that bass to cut through better and not sound quite as muddy is to add some saturation on that bass. Anyone who's been around the channel and watched me do live mixes before, that I love saturation. I love distortion in small amounts, and I usually apply that all over the mix. So it's one of those things where, given this particular style of music, I think it would have actually helped that bass to poke through a lot better and not completely destroy anything else that was going on in the mix. All right, so let's go ahead and take a dive into the next one. This one is called Illusionista. The author of the music and text is Amadeo. I'm just going to say Amadeo M because I can't pronounce that last name. Singer is 𝗵𝗡. Bass, 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝗵𝗁. Guitars and synths, Amadeo M again. Members of the Social Sound live band in Italy. Awesome. Recording and mixing in the 𝗵𝗡. Guitars in Ibanez PM100, Ibanez AS153 AYS, and Bias FX 2 guitar rack effects. Those all went into a Scarlett 2i2 audio capture card. The Shure SM58 microphone was used to sing through. The drums VST are the MT Power Drum 2s. And this piece belongs to a collective of pieces entitled Story de Oltremondo. So I'm assuming that this is probably going to be in a different language, but I'm sure their music will translate just as well. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Oops, let me turn this up a little bit. Okay. Very cool, I like that intro.
Oggi il giorno ed ora tornerò da te. Ho visto cose che non potrò scordare, che amici fantasma e morti senza più una voce, vita cruda, gente esclusa in cerca di una croce. L'illusione sta srotolando il suo show. Dimentico l'orrore, l'illusione sta srotolando il suo show, promesse di canditi, montagne di balocchi, sui balconi cantano i salti, banchi suonano, la patria si è divisa tra scienziati e ciarlatani.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent job. So there are some things that I've got for constructive criticism, but right out of the gate, I got to say this was an excellent production. All of the parts were fitting together really well. I loved the sound of that bass guitar. It sounded absolutely amazing. So kudos to you for that. Yet again, the guitar distortion, this was a great example of where there might have been just a little bit too much guitar distortion. Oh, thank you, 𝗶𝗃. Appreciate that. By the way, 𝗶𝗃 is also a sister channel of 𝗠𝗏𝗏surgeon. So if you've not checked out what this is about, you might want to jump on the bandwagon. We're going to actually start giving away crypto prizes for your creativity as well. As he's already stated here, he's going to help to sponsor the channel by giving winners also some cryptocurrency. So if you don't know what cryptocurrency is about, it's kind of a new thing that's kind of happening all over the world. But one of those things is he's actually going to help to sponsor the channel by giving away winners of the song contest some 𝗶𝗃. So definitely go and check it out. And you're going to want to subscribe to the 𝗶𝗃 channel to be notified of anything that might be coming up there. And obviously you want to check out 𝗠𝗏𝗏surgeon's music because he's an amazing musician as well. Okay, so thank you so much for that super chat. All right. Now back to the song. This was a great example though of how the distortion on the guitars was just a little bit much. I think if they would have been dialed back a little bit, it would have actually caused more intelligibility in the notes from note to note. The guitar work itself though was very, very good. I loved what you did with the guitar work. The intro was absolutely amazing. At first, it did not sound like it was going to be the greatest. And so it was one of those things where I was like, okay, this, but then whenever the song actually kicked in, I was like, okay, it's like a bed that's going to play underneath all of it, sort of a drone, which totally threw me off, but it was great. The kick and the bass seemed to be combating with one another. I noticed there was some attackiness, if that's a word, attackiness of the bass, or of the kick drum. However, I didn't hear a lot of the low end of a kick, and I wanted to hear some more of that. So that could be simple EQ, but I think just a side chain to the kick and the bass, help them to play together better, would have worked. And then obviously the big thing here, star of the show, was the vocals, and I feel like there was just a little bit more EQ work that could have been done to get them to shine, and maybe even a little bit of plate reverb to get them to set into the mix a little bit better. That way everything would have just sounded as if it was being recorded in the same room. So, okay. Let's take a listen to our next one. Now, this one is by none other than our Honorable Bob Consley, who happens to be in the chat today. Let's see what he wrote. He says, this song has an interesting origin. It was built around a hip-hop bass riff that's included in Cakewalk by BandLab. Specifically, it's the 𝗟𝗏 bass guitar pattern hip-hop 01. Now, we've done giving away his secrets, guys. I eventually put my own spin on it when I recorded the bass track, but its ties to the pattern are unmistakable. The song lyrics are taken from several of the Psalms. Nice. With the main theme being tied to Psalm 123. Nice. There are also bits from Psalms 27, Psalms 32, 33, 71, and even 124. All speak of the author's confidence in the Lord's help during times of trouble and offering thanksgiving for his mercy and love. No acoustic guitars were used in this recording. This is a rockin' tune, so crank it up. I would expect nothing less. All right, let's go ahead and give this bad boy a listen. I Lift Up My Eyes by Bob Consley.
For you are my help and my shield.
nice. Like that little break there.
The Lord is my light and salvation.
Psalm 27.
Why should I ever fear? When troubles come, you will keep me safe. I will take courage, for I know you are here. I lift up my eyes to you, the Lord who made heaven and earth. My rock, my strength, my deliverer. Your love has upheld me from birth.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's hop into the constructive criticism area. So this song actually was produced very well. The one thing that immediately jumped out at me, and if I keep looking down, I apologize. I'm trying to look at my notes. I need to type them out, but that would take forever probably because I chicken pick when I type. But basically, the shakers were the first thing that jumped out at me that immediately I was like, these are a little bit too loud. I think they could have been laid back into the mix a little bit farther, given some reverb, maybe saturated a little bit to still poke through the mix, but not overpower. A lot of the elements of the mix were right up the center too. I feel like that there could have been, like, especially when the two guitars came in, could have been a great opportunity for some dueling guitars on the left and the right stereo field. And then maybe just a little bit of painting in the left and right. But other than that, the bass sounded good. It seemed like it was playing well with the kick. The kick itself, I think, needed to come up a little bit. The drums sounded pretty good, pretty tight. And then I loved all of the references, obviously, to scripture. You can't go wrong when you're using the Psalms. The Psalms were originally written to be sung anyway. They're not just words on a paper or words on a page. They were actually songs that were written to be sung. So it just totally makes sense whenever you begin to put, biblical lyrics from the Psalms into a song. It fits. So really liked it. And I loved the fact that you included Psalm 27 because actually one of my first guitars, it was a black, Fender, what do they call those? Starcaster. And on the front of it, it had my little symbol at the time, which was like a fleur-de-lis with a treble clef in the middle of it. And then on the side of it, it had Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? I later ended up replacing that with Psalm 144:1, which was the one where it says, blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teaches my hands to war, my fingers to fight. So I thought that was a fitting verse for a guitarist. So, oh, wow. Thank you so much. Glory to glory to glory for your generous donation. And for the really cool little super sticker there that says, thanks for being you. Well, I appreciate that. Dueling Guitars would be a good name for a song. Yeah, it really could be. Awesome. Thank you for the super chat, folks. You guys are awesome. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on to Careless Master. And this one is by Frack Free TV. Let me go ahead and make sure that, see if there's anything written in this one. Yes, there is. Oh, Careless Master is not the name of it. It's just Careless. Sorry. This is a post-rock cinematic film tune produced in Cakewalk after 5 months of starting with this great piece of software. It's about people who go through life repeating the same mistakes, which is why it has a lot of repeated themes and unresolved feeling at the end. Oh, okay, cool. This might be right up Mark George's alley then. And the audio engine has dropped out for some unknown reason. Let's try that again. Okay, that's weird. I don't have any effects on the... All right, let's start that back from the beginning. Not sure why that kept happening. Very cool. Nice. That was awesome. As you notice, I didn't find anything to write down on that. And that happens from time to time. We listen to these songs and maybe there's some constructive feedback you guys can give in the chat, but I couldn't find anything that I would have changed about that. Maybe, just maybe some painting, just different, just painting things a little whiter. But other than that, man alive, that was really great. All right. We're going to move on to none other than 𝗂𝗂. This is the clean version. Thank you very much, Mob. Appreciate that. And this is by none other than our esteemed Mob the Gamer, who has been taking his productions to the next level since I don't know when. Seems like there's a song that got skipped. Is there a song that got skipped, or is this actually... Seems like there should be a song called It's Not the End. Ah, here it is. All right, so we'll do that one next. Okay. So the next song is still going to be 𝗂𝗂 by Mob the Gamer. Originally called Berserk Through Sound, is a song about lyrical war. This track is the first true trap song I ever have done. It took me 2 hours to write and record and a couple of days to finish mixing it. If you don't like auto-tune, then you don't like this one. It was recorded, mixed, and mastered in Cakewalk, will be released on my birthday, October the 3rd. By the way, happy birthday. Happy late birthday. It was yesterday. This is a clean version that I edited for your channel, so thank you so much for that. All right, let's check it.
Stop annoying me. Kill them all with such a force. Yeah. To knock a holes in the middle wall. Yeah. Cause you don't know who you're fighting for. Yeah. Don't wanna end up in another hole. Stop annoying me. Cause you don't wanna see me fuck up shit. Yeah. You know I'll be killing everybody. Yeah. I'll be gunning, let me see you running. Yeah. When you see me coming, better be done. Stop annoying me. You may not pass me this round, cause you don't want to see me go out. I might go berserk for sound, cause you don't want to see me go out. You don't want to see me go out. You know I'll be telling everybody. I'll be running, let me see you running. Stop annoying me. I'll be ready with my soldiers, yeah. You prepare yours, I'll be waiting, yeah. Don't forget your sword, grab a shield, yeah. I'll be all yours, so you better stop annoying me. Cause you don't wanna see me fuck up shit, yeah. You know I'll be killing everybody, yeah. I'll be gunning, let me see you running, yeah. When you see me coming, better be done. Stop annoying me. You may not pass me this round, cause you don't want to see me go out. I might go berserk for sound, cause you don't want to see me go out. You don't want to see me go out. You know I'll be telling everybody. I'll be running, let me see you running.
Nice. Good job, man. Really good job. I love the use of the vocal effects. It was very, very, very catchy. As someone had already just said, it's like you guys are finishing my sentence before I even say them. Wow. Yeah, very cool. And this has already been released. So if you don't mind, Mob the Gamer, if you want to post that, because you are a moderator, you're able to actually post links. If you want to post a link to that song so people can check that out, feel free to do so. Good deal. All right, so now the next one up. More saturation. Really didn't have much to say about that one either. I think I would have maybe just EQ'd the vocals a little bit different to make them a little bit more present. But yet again, given this genre of music and the way that it was supposed to sound, it actually kind of lent itself to sounding natural in its unnatural state. Coffee. taking frequent coffee breaks here. Okay, so this one is called It's Not the End of the World by John Hemingway. And this one says, was written and arranged, performed, and produced by John Hemingway. It was written after a breakup in life. Those things happen. You move on, and it's not the end of the world. My main DAW is the latest version of Cakewalk by BandLab. I've been a Cakewalk user since Pro Audio 9. I worked my way all the way through the various versions from Sonar to Platinum. I rewired Reason 10 to Cakewalk to use its instruments. And I started the project by laying down a scratch vocal and piano, tune track, easy keys, grand, processing with waves, GEQ Classic, 30-band EQ, Vitamin. I used a Korg Triton Pro X 88-key synth and a Novation Launch Key 49 as my controllers. Nice. The bass is a Spectrasonics Triallion bass with a BT analog chorus on it. The drums are Superior Drummer 2.0 finger drumming. Nice. Additional snare samples layered on choruses. For the drums processing, he's got the Cakewalk Pro Channel EQ and compression stereo. What's that supposed to be saying right there? Let's see if I can drag that out there. There we go. Stereo samples layered on the stereo bus. Reverb 2, waves, Vitamin, L3 multi-maximizer. The strings were Cakewalk Studio Instrument string section, which actually sound really good. Reason Factory strings patches. The guitars are Music Lab, Real LPC, Real Strat, Real Rick. Processed through Native Instruments, Guitar Rig, Reason, Tremolo guitar, and Telecaster. Mellotron flutes on the bridge. Nice. I actually just finished up a review of the Sampletron by IK Multimedia, which is super cool. Tune track, Mellotune, Reason Mellotron flutes. Very good. The synths were all done in Reason. Subtractor sweep patch, processed through waves, Metaflanger. The lead vocal is an AKG C4014B ULS mic. Processing done on the Pro Channel was a CA2A compressor, EQ set to the E-type, waves, RDSer, H reverb long, multi-tracked backing vocals, 12 tracks. Wow. Were all done on the Pro Channel, PC76 U-type and EQ E-type. The master buzz, waves GW, mix centric, and the mastering was done through Isotope Ozone 9. All right. Let's give it a listen.
What'll you do when I am gone? Change the numbers on your phone. Take a deep breath to clear your mind, but the memories, they bind me to you. What'll you do with all your time? Sleeping late, stay out all night. Steal all the covers on the bed. There's no good nights to be said. It's just you. It's not the end of the world. I've been learning our world has stopped, but mine, it's still turning. The ghost of you no longer haunting me. It's just a faded memory. Gone is the hurt. It's not the end of the world. What'll you say to all your friends now that I'm not part of them? It's all over and done. A new day has begun. Life goes on. It's not the end of the world. I've been learning our world has stopped, but mine, it's still turning. The ghost of you no longer haunting me. It's just a faded memory. Gone is the hurt. It's not the end of the world. The just a faded memory. Gone is the hurt, and it's not the end of the world. I've been learning our world has stopped, but mine, it's still turning. The ghost of you no longer haunting me. It's just a faded memory. Gone is the hurt. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world.
That had Beatles written all over it, man. Nice. I loved the little snippets of the mellotron that was floating around in there, and then closing out with the mellotron here. In fact, it almost sounds a little Strawberry Fields-ish. Yeah, great job. Minus the absence of some low end, as Mob the Gamer's already stated. I would have loved to have heard the bass guitar a little bit more. However, yet again, it's all subjective. But this genre of music, it kind of has a tendency to lean more towards the treble-y side of things. But man, pro level for sure. Very good mix, very good balance. I loved the fact that all of the little intricacies that you took time to put in there, the ear candy, as Jürgen likes to call it, was just absolutely amazing. So, wow. And the comments just keep rolling in about how great it was. So, kudos to you, man. John Hemingway has knocked it out of the park. Yes, Kansas. That's yeah. His voice was sort of Kansas-ish. Nice. All right, so the next one that's up is called Classic Hip Hop by Bill Smith. So this one says, all guitars were done with a Kemper profiling amp and an ESP limited deluxe piezo. I was aiming to blend rock, jazz, and classical chord progressions and added an 808 for good measure. Drums were addictive drums too. Sweet. I love addictive drums. All right, let's take a listen. I like this. This is nice. Turn this up a little bit. Excellent guitar work. I'll turn this up a little bit. Nice. All right. Well, there's appeared to be a little bit of, to me anyways, it sounded as if there was a little bit of, I'm not sure if it was stereo widening is what it sounds like. And you can always tell when stereo widening is used on a mix simply because of the fact that immediately the bass is dropped. It's gone. With that being said, some of the stuff that is given leeway to this is one of those things where as you lose that bass, you also lose definition to the rest of the instrumentation because the stereo widening tends to destroy whatever you might have had going on there. So that's the main thing that I heard was there was a dull bass and the rest of the instrumentation didn't seem to fit well simply because I think this stereo widening was added. However, I think if the stereo widening would have been taken off of the master bus, it probably would have come together a lot better. It almost seemed as if it wasn't stereo widening, it might have even been, a case of some phase issues where some phase was inverted or something. There just wasn't something quite right there with the instrumentation. But the guitar work was absolutely stinking amazing. So I think if you get the instrumentation, that backing track fixed to that, then it will definitely come into play. Yeah, that backing track fixed to that will definitely help it. Okay, so the next one is by Barry Fitzgerald. It's called Why Did You Have to Go Away? And this was written for a friend that he lost to cancer. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, man. And there we go again with the audio engine dropping out. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Go back through here. Delete these ones we've listened to. Maybe that'll help it.
I bought you flowers yesterday. Got on my knees, began to pray. It's been 4 years now to the day. Why did you have to go away? Still have your pictures on the wall. Still hear your footsteps in the hall. It's been so long since you've been gone. I know I have to carry on. And I cried the day the light went from your eyes. Yes, I cried myself to sleep. I've watched the boys grow into men. I know you'd be so proud of them. They miss you each and every day. Why did you have to go away? And I cried the day the light went from your eyes. Yes, I cried myself to sleep. And the last time that I held you, I had so much more to tell you. And I kissed your cheeks so lightly and held your hand so tight to let you know I love you so. We're in the mountains that you love. I know you're watching from above. I wish you could be here today. Why did you have to go away? I wish you could be here today. Why did you have to go away?
Wow. Short and sweet, but got right to the point. And this is a good indication of a good song when it has a story to tell and can evoke emotion. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it didn't require a lot of production elements to get its point across. That's what I loved about it too. It was just so simple and just perfectly said exactly what it needed to say. So, to all of those who have lost loved ones due to cancer, this song was a great mender of the heart for that. I've had individuals in my family that I've lost to cancer as well, and so I know that there is a pain that is involved with that. And so my prayers go out to each and every one of you who have lost family members, loved ones, friends to cancer. And it is a very real, it is a very real prevailing issue in the world in which we live. And this song just helped to sort of sum up very nicely and put in almost that feeling into perspective of exactly what we go through when we do lose someone to cancer. So great job. Great job. Okay, the next one is called Machine God. Let's see. Oh, Barry Fitzgerald is actually in the chat. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Excellent work, man. All right, so the next song, make sure I've got the right thing going on here. Yeah. He says, it's me, the lava lamp music guy, aka 𝗏𝗏. Jokes aside, thanks once again for the constructive feedback last month. This right here is, however, not very chill compared to the last song that I submitted. This monstrosity turned out to be kind of a personal overload experiment with around 320 different instruments, good night, and sounds thrown into it. The project crashed numerous times, and I gladly saved it somehow at the right moment, but couldn't adjust the volume anymore because half of the settings were just gone when I reopened the DAW due to a few very interesting errors in my contact library. Took me about a month to make using Nucleus Core and around 10 Transformer Effects sample packs. Imagine a giant iron titan fighting against other divine creatures and finally walking over to the ashes on the battlefield as the only victor. As my tracks are usually a bit quiet, I'd say turn the volume up a bit for this one. Inspired by two steps from, I can't pronounce those names. Anyway, he had some inspiration drawn from this. So, Machine God, here we go. I'll turn it up like he asked. Wow. Yeah, that was quite amazing. Yeah, as you can see, the comments just kept coming in. Wow, I dig it. On and on it goes. This would be a dope movie futuristic type of feeling, like self-flying cars. 2 minutes in, I've already been through so many themes. Stunning. Wow. Very dramatic. Would be great for a movie on spiritual warfare. A scene of angels pitted against an evil opponent. Nice. Mob the Gamer says need more cowbells. Great sound design as well as great music. A new Terminator film. Nice. Thank you for all the constructive feedback you guys have been giving in the chat today. You guys are just generally, you're just always awesome anyway. But so I don't have much to add to that one either. I'm sorry, but, or not sorry. I mean, I shouldn't be sorry about not being able to say anything about it. Volume, that's probably the only thing I can give to it. Volume. I think, like someone already stated in the chat, if that would have been mastered properly, I think that really could have just jumped out of the speakers at us. So excellent work by 𝗏𝗏. I'm not sure how to say that. So the next one is called Don't Turn Around by 𝗪𝘆𝘃 𝗏𝗃. I'm not saying these names right. This one has no notes, so let's just go ahead and dive in. So definitely has some potential. The first thing that I'm noticing, though, is it's lacking a lot of low end. It sounds very trebly, almost too bright. And there's a few times where there was like a crackling sound that was going on in there. I don't know if it was just me that was hearing that, but I could definitely hear it. Just by looking at this waveform, though, immediately something leaps out at me. There's no dynamics, which lets me know that this was probably ran through a limiter, and it was limited way too much. You should never see that much of a lack of dynamics in a track unless something has seriously happened where there was a setting that was left on accident or something like that. The song itself, like I said, it has a lot of potential, though. So with that being said, keep it up. I would go back and revisit this track and not hit that limiter as much. Also make sure that your low end isn't being completely squashed. Now, I do realize that, you know, one of the things that everybody kind of battles a lot is the fact that, you know, whenever you first start mixing is that low end. It's hard to get that low end right. I totally understand that. But with that being said, don't be afraid to put some low end into this. One of the best ways that you can get that low end to set properly into a mix is to just try mixing first in headphones at a lower volume and then move to some monitors afterwards. Okay, so next song up is A Tale of Two Cities. This is a tune by Booties or Buttes. I'm not sure how to say that name. But he wrote this a few months back and had his buddy Jordan Swan lay down a solo. I used Serum to get my synth sounds and played the guitar and bass live into Corey Wong's plugin by Neural DSP. For the trumpet lines, I used the ADO trumpets in Contact and had one sax sample that pans occasionally. Also, I should add that Jordan plays the first solo and minus played at the end of the track. Enjoy. Thanks. All right, let's check her out. That was awesome. I love the guitar work. As a guitarist, I have to say that was beautiful. Not really much I could have said about that one. I feel like the bass could have probably been a little more upfront, a little more saturated. But given the genre of music, it almost had this jazzy, I can't even say the word jazz. I'm saying jazzy feel to it. So it kind of worked at the same time. All of these things are usually subjective anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I think. Just giving my constructive criticism on it, I can definitely say that it has a lot of potential. The guitars are absolutely amazing, and as Upcoin has so notably mentioned, it's going to be very hard to pick anything this time around. And it's been getting harder and harder around here, especially with the fact that people are submitting stuff like this. So thank you guys so much for all of your submissions, by the way. Makes me want to plug a guitar in and tap some pedals and jam. That's always a good indication that the song is a good song. So congratulations to you. Yeah, not much I can say about that one. This one is called But You by Pedro Jesus. Let me see if he left any notes on this one. The song was written in 1992, was the first out of my comfort zone rock and metal. It was also my first serious attempt at tracking and mixing in my home studio that I set up in 2020 amidst the pandemic. I thought this would better fulfill the spirit of this contest by uncovering my weaknesses as a rookie mixer and showcasing some common mistakes. I'm sure Robert will give us some input on some of the issues that I came across and was unable to properly address, as well as propose ways to fix them. Best regards to all in this wonderful community. Rock on. Awesome. Well, let's check it out.
Late at night, I think about the things I've done during the day. I'm so confused, and I know you don't understand half the things I say. I feel useless and I see the best is to leave, go away.
Excellent, excellent work, man. Yeah, there were some things that I definitely would have changed. Yet again, there's a lot of emotion involved in that song. I love it. I love songs that are emotionally driven, that drive others to emotions. In fact, it's 9 times out of 10 is what makes a good song is the fact that it evokes emotion. So that's one of the biggest things that I really talk about on this channel a lot. If you want to up your music writing skills and game, you put emotion into whatever you're doing. And all that really comes down to is just putting your heart and soul into whatever you create. So thank you all so much for another super chat from Glory to Glory to Glory. Greatly appreciate that. They have been given plenty of support today, so thank you so much. Also, I want to make mention of the fact that it was Mark George's anniversary and it was Mob's birthday yesterday, so big crowd cheer for that as well. And it's going to be very hard to pick a winner. The next one is Russell Waite, and this one's called One Step Away. He says, hi, this is the second version of the song that I've sent you. This has re-recorded vocals, added backing vox, and remixing, having felt that I had learned a bit from your good self. Written and played by me, Russell Waite, with Amy Wyatt. Oh, I'm sorry, I kept saying Wyatt. Russell Wyatt, and with Amy Wyatt. No relation, we've not even met, singing backing vox. That's crazy. Both have the same last name you've never even met. All right, well, let's check it out.
Sometimes I feel that I'm close to the edge. At any moment, I could step off the ledge. Life is a balance. We walk a fine line between holding it together and losing our minds. We're just one step away from falling from grace, one step away from losing the race, just one step away from taking a fall, one step away from losing it all. Sometimes I feel that I'm going down. I have to keep swimming, or else I will drown. At any moment, life could all change. Plans for the future are just shattered remains. We're just one step away from falling from grace, one step away from losing the race, just one step away from taking a fall, one step away from losing it all. We're just one step away from losing our face, one step away from losing our place. We're just one step away from taking a fall, one step away from losing it all.
The production was very busy, just right out of the gate. I got to say that it definitely, like every song in this competition, has got, I say competition, it's not really that. Like every song during the submission time of stuff that we have, it has a lot of potential. The main thing that I picked up on, though, is that there needed to be a lot more EQ work to take care of some of the harshness in the instruments. The panning was good. There's definitely some good use of panning. Now, like in the last song, as well as this one, I think they both could have benefited from some reverb. And it probably could have been, it didn't have to be a lot, but just enough to sort of give elements a space of their own. And this one here, unlike the last one, so the last one could have also benefited from some panning. This one actually, I feel like the panning was good. So yeah, if I was to mix that, it would definitely be a little bit differently, but to each their own. But I have to say, there was a little bit of harshness there, mainly just in those higher frequencies. So you might just go back and sort of look at what's going on in the higher frequencies. Next one is up is 𝗪𝗀 𝗂𝘅. This song was written by a friend who also performs the lead vocal. The instruments and backing vocals were performed and recorded by 𝗪𝗀 𝗂𝘅, who also did the arranging and mixing. The choir part at the beginning was from learning Robert teaching this recently. Awesome. The DAW is Cakewalk with a Fender Strat, Fender Jazz Bass. I'm a Fender guy, so that already gets me going. Taylor acoustic guitar, Addictive Drums 2, Novation launch key, MIDI controller, and more. Good luck to all the competitors. All right, let's check it out. It's called Home Song. Nice.
This old house, it's been good to me. This old house, to raise our family. This old house, a roof over our heads. This old house, kids safe and sound in bed. School and church and store, our neighborhood. There's a playground, but it's more our neighborhood. Families growing up together, our neighborhood. Trying to make life better. Home is a ranch, a city or a town. Home is where friends and family and love are found. Home is a ranch, a city or a town. Home is where friends and family and love are Our small town has rivers and hills and trees. Our small town has everything we need. Our small town, just off the interstate. Our small town, fresh air and living straight. Home is a ranch, a city or a town. Home is where friends and family and love are found. Home is a ranch, a city or a town. Home is where friends and family and love are found.
It's been good to me, this old house, to raise our family, this old house, a roof over our heads, this old house, kids safe and sound in bed, kids safe and sound in bed.
Awesome. Very good work. Very good work. Yeah, everybody's in the chat is loving it. Nice mix. Dynamics sound okay. Melody's very nice. Good deal. With that being said, my constructive criticism on this is that the reverb on the keys, there needs to be reverb on the keys. That would probably be the first thing that I would address. Secondarily, after that would be the clean guitars. They either need some reverb, some amp modeling would probably even be better, or some sort of an impulse response given to them so that they would actually have a little bit more of a space on them. With that being said, though, the track in and of itself is pretty solid. I love the backup vocals that you got going on there. And I love the fact that you picked up some of that from this channel. So that makes me it makes me sanctified proud. Like a father would be proud of his children who have finally left the nest and are making a name for themselves. With that being said, we got one more submission. Mark was not able to actually give any kind of feedback on this because of the fact that his internet was down or something like that. So he had to actually send me a Google Drive link. I had to download it and then add it into this, which I'm willing to do. And I knew that the submission was going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and listen to Mark George's Inside the Sphere. I'm speechless. It doesn't surprise me though. Every single time Mark submits something, everybody's just blown away. Man, I'm telling you, we need to get you signed, brother. We need to get you signed. You could be making trailer music. Well, once again, everybody in the chat's blowing the chat up about the song. Awesome. Thank you all so much for all of your submissions. It's been very inspiring. Yet again, I can't say that I've picked a winner right now because it would probably be next to impossible. I am going to give these another listen though and kind of go back through them and pick which one I feel like will help to benefit the community the most as far as mixing it. I want to let you guys know though that every single submission is definitely, I'm thankful for it. So, and the beautiful thing about this is we've all grown from this and we've all taken away some inspiration from it. I love the fact that we can listen to a song that's like rock or punk rock, and then it goes into like some cinematic piece. And then when it goes into something that's more like laid back and evokes so much emotion about loved ones that have passed on. And then it goes back into this cinematic stuff. I love it. I love the fact that this community is the way that it is. So thank you all so much for making this community what it is. You guys truly are awesome. I love each and every one of you. All right. So, with that being said, yes, that was Mark George. It's unmistakable. The guy is a musical genius in my personal opinion. And I'm not just saying that. I truly do mean that. So with that being said, once again, there is a giveaway that's going on. Don't forget about the giveaway. You want to enter that giveaway as quickly as possible. It's still going on to the end of this month. So I guess as quickly as possible is not the best word, but with this giveaway, the more that you share it with others, the more chances you have of winning these things. Okay. Now, whenever we have our 10,000 subscriber blowout party, we're going to be giving these all away live. You don't have to be at the live party to win. But I would love for you to be there. I don't know. I haven't nailed down a date as of yet because I want to at least try to bring on one, if not two special guests to just kind of chat with, talk about, the music business with. And I also want to make you all aware of the fact that until the end of October as well, there is what's going to be going, what's called the Rocket Fuel Bundle. Okay. For those of you who are music makers in this community, if you have not checked out what the Rocket Fuel Bundle is all about yet, let me just real quickly, I won't take up too much of your time. We're rounding off to the ending of this show anyway. But I want to walk you through what exactly the Rocket Fuel Bundle is, okay? So basically, if you follow the link that I'm posting in the chat right now, this will take you to the page where you can check out what the Rocket Fuel Bundle is about. There's only going to be 10 entrants allowed. And with that being said, those 10 entrants are then going to have access to a number of things. So this Rocket Fuel Bundle is not, I repeat, it is not just another tutorial. Okay. If you're wanting to find a way to get your music and the abilities that you're already capable with, you want to find a way to get them so hyper-focused that you can churn out songs, more than one every single month, this is for you. If you struggle with finding time to produce your music with all the demands of life, or maybe you feel like it's lacking the quality that's needed to actually release, this is for you. Okay. This is why I've actually created this results-driven course, if you want to call it that. And it's more than a course though. This bundle is actually a tried and proven method of getting more done when you sit down to do what you love. So you can learn everything that you need to know about music production, making your own music, and how to start a career as a music producer. So with that being said, what is the Rocket Fuel Bundle? Well, first off, yet again, I'm not selling just another course. This is an opportunity to get results and fast, hence the phrase rocket fuel being in the title. Secondarily, this is not a one-time tip or trick. It's not a plugin that fixes things for you or a one-off gimmick that only works for some and not for others. This is in fact a structure of, the whole structure of this entire bundle has been specifically engineered to give you practical applications that can be used over and over again to get amazing results. The best part is you won't be going at this all alone. In fact, I'm going to guide you through the whole process step by step. So this is what separates this from other online courses. Now, remember, I told you I'm not just selling another course. Well, in this case, I'm actually selling more than just that. I'm actually courses. So here's where it gets awesome. Along with the courses that you get to watch at your own leisure, this bundle also includes 5 face-to-face video conference calls with a group of dedicated musicians who want to improve their craft as well. So these 2-hour Skype call sessions or Zoom call sessions within a small group of no more than 10 will be a place where I will then break down every step of music production, and I'll share some crazy speed hacks to get you churning out songs. Yes, songs plural. So 2 times a month for the next 3 months, you're going to connect with others who are serious about making music, and it's a lot of fun. It gives you a private platform to ask questions, to get in-depth answers. And every single time that we have, pulled one of these off, it's been amazing the kind of results we've got. So each session is then concluded with everyone being assigned homework, and not the boring kind, but this is the kind that will actually help you put into practice what it is that you've learned in that session. And at the end of the final session, everyone will have a song to show for it. You'll even get a chance to collaborate on a song together after the sessions are over. So that's at least 2 songs to show for it. And the song that was just released on Spotify, the viral song that I just spoke of earlier, that was actually the culmination of, let me see if I can find it here real quick. This was actually the culmination of the last Rocket Fuel bundle. So this was the song that we created within the Rocket Fuel bundle, myself and those that were a part of that. And then it was released, and of course, all the credits are given where the credits are need to be given. So you get at least 2 songs that come out of that. So with that being said, let's give a quick rundown of what all is included in this. So you get, first and foremost, my compression simplified course, which yet again you can watch at any given time, and it's more beneficial to sign up now because you'll be able to actually watch these videos until we get the 10 that are supposed to be in this small group. So you'll be able to get a jump on those videos and watch them at your leisure now, or until the end of October, which is when we'll be closing the doors. So you also get the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab course, which is featured on the ProMix Academy. This is going to get you up and running quickly with Cakewalk. However, even if you don't use Cakewalk, this is still going to give you some multi-tracks. And it also, on Module 10, it goes through step-by-step how to mix a song without even needing Cakewalk at all. So whatever DAW you're using, this will still prove useful. Then you get my Creating a Song Step-by-Step 2.0 course. Yet again, this is useful no matter what DAW that you're using. It takes you from just an idea to a finished song, mixing, mastering it, and setting it out on its way. So with that being said, there is actually, but wait, there's more. You get an EQ cheat sheet. You get a Cakewalk Pro Start template. If you're a Cakewalk user, this will be beneficial for you. You also get a 15-step mixing system, which will basically allow you to release mixes and know for sure when that mix is officially done. You'll also get PDF guides for every one of the modules in the Cakewalk course, and you get 5 of those Skype or Zoom sessions and a song collaboration opportunity. So what are others saying about this? Well, Zed, who was a member of the first one, says he went from writing a song once every 3 months, if he was lucky, to creating 5 songs in the course of a couple weeks. Jurgen, who happens to be in the chat, he says, until he took the course, I never produced my own song. I had ideas, but they never took shape. However, by the 3rd session, I had a song of my very own. So, 𝗂𝗍𝗂, he tuned in from Israel. He says, the homework really helped me to solidify the learning by forcing me to put into practice what was already covered. I was challenged the whole time to become better, and Robert made it fun. And then lastly, Chris K., who's an awesome drummer who played on these tracks, he says the material was not earth-shattering or even some new gimmick. Robert just covers simple, practical ways to take what you already know, what's already in a person, and draws it out, refines it, and shows you how to take advantage of the talents that you already own. So, would anyone not using Cakewalk? That's true. Who's not using Cakewalk, right? But if you're not, yes, it's still for you. So if this sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, I'm posting a link in the chat now with which you can go and sign up for this. I would definitely urge you to do so as quick as possible because of the fact that this is going to be going away after 10 people join. This is also going to be going away at the end of October. So it could be sooner or later. With that being said, at the end of October, so going into November during these winter months when you don't have a lot to do, you could be doing this. So with that being said, reserve your spot now just by clicking on that link that you'll find there. And then I will get you the tutorial so that you can watch them now while we're waiting for those slots to fill up. So let's talk about some FAQs that I normally get, some frequently asked questions. So what happens if you can't make a session? Well, all the sessions are going to be recorded and they're going to be shared with the group. So anything that you miss can actually be caught up on your own time, or if you'd like to go back and recap at any time you can. And those are going to stay there forever. So you can always go back and check those out. It's like buying a course and having it forever. And remember, because you're going to be in that group, any questions that you asked in that group are going to be there forever too. So if you need to go back and be like, I asked a question, what was the answer? Boom, there it is. Due to the price, is there a payment plan option for this? Yes, I actually have a 2-payment plan you'll find here at the bottom of the page, and a 3-payment plan, which breaks it out to about $70 3 times and $100 twice. Okay, so all you have to do is just simply email me and we will set that up, or you can just click these links. And as soon as you click the links and you pay through the PayPal feature there, it will send me an email letting me know that you have paid, and then I will send you a code where you can go and download the courses and everything that you need for free. Well, you know what I mean. So what if you've never made a song at all? Can you still benefit from this? Yes, absolutely. So long as you have musical abilities and creativity, you're going to be a great fit for this. Okay. Now, do you need to get a bunch of fancy plugins and equipment? No. All you need is exactly what you already use right now to make music, and you're going to be a great fit for this as well. Now, if you're not comfortable in a group session, can I schedule a private session? That's a big question that I get. Now, I would rather schedule a group session because it's going to be the most beneficial for all. You know, you might have a question that you ask and other people wanted to ask that question, but they didn't even know that they wanted to ask it until you ask it. And as we've already seen on this channel today, the collaborative effort of everybody working together is what really creates enthusiasm and gets people to learn quickly. So, however, if you do want a private session during this whole Rocket Fuel bundle thing, I can still tie you into the group of 10 or less. You'll just have to pay like an extra cost for private sessions, if that makes any sense. All right. And lastly, the big question is, well, what if I don't have Cakewalk by BandLab? Can I still get something out of this? Absolutely. The methods that I'm going to be teaching you are applicable to any DAW on the market. GarageBand, Audacity, whatever it might be that you're using. Lord, I hope you're not using Audacity, but whatever it might be that you're using, you can benefit from this. So follow the link that I've just posted here in the description of this video, as well as here in the chat, and go and check that out. I guarantee you're going to get something out of it. Yet again, this is results driven. This is not just another course. It's not just, there's a reason why I've done this, and there's a reason why it's working. So with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Listen Together today. Before we go, let's do one more sort of home studio simplified thing that we do around here, and you all know what it is. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to spin the wheel of awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to spin the wheel. Wherever the wheel lands, that's what we'll do. Spin that wheel, Robert. All right, let's talk about a favorite. All right, so by way of the chat, and this isn't going to sway my opinion over who wins or anything like that, but give me which was your favorite submission today? If you've been tuning in for the length and the width and the breadth of this particular song contest, Listen Together, which one was your favorite? Let me know in the chat. I'm not going to put my favorite in there. Honestly, I'd like to pick them all, but I can't. So let me know by way of the chat which song was your favorite song out of all of the submissions that we had today. Awesome. And while we're doing that, why don't we go ahead and check out, let's just go ahead and check out the viral song so you guys can kind of hear what came out of the whole rocket fuel mixing, which originally it was called the rocket fuel mixing bundle. Since then I've renamed it the rocket fuel bundle, just simply because it actually turned into more than just mixing. It turned into like production, and Jürgen, who was in the first one, he was like, man, this is so much more than just mixing. I'm learning production. I'm learning, how to navigate through my DAW. And so all of that really tied into that. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the song that was birthed out of the rocket fuel mixing bundle. This is the song called Viral. So let's check it out. Maybe. There we go.
The darkness of this present hour is ever looming. The pressure to perform is all-consuming. We bare our souls just to get a life and filter out these scars inside. Remember to subscribe and follow me. I'm tired of this numbers game, just to see who's winning. Pursuing shallow fame seems so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. Words hold no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived. I think it's finally time that I peel back this curtain. Can you handle the big reveal, though I'm quite uncertain? Maybe if I give enough, somehow I can buy your love. Burning my candle at both ends, and I'm wearing the sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, then you act as if I have never lived. But I'm alive. I'm still alive. Whoa. Talk is cheap, give me change. That's all I'll need to make this whole. Burning love, what you say won't be enough to make me fall before the idol that this world has raised in ignorance. I'll boldly stand for what is right and keep on walking in the light. When I have drawn my final breath, my conscience clean before my death, I'll raise my voice in victory, 'cause pride has not defeated me. There's a world to love outside yourself and a life to live with someone else. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, then you act as if I have never lived. I'm tired of this numbers game, just to see who's winning.
Awesome. Okay. So that was the song Viral. That came from the first Rocket Fuel mixing bundle. That was a collaboration between me, Chris Knowles, who was in the bundle, Jürgen Bowman, who happens to be in the chat. He was also there. Actually, Mob the Gamer, who maybe he wasn't a part of the Rocket Fuel mixing bundle, but he does a lot of help behind the scenes as well. He actually helped to do some of the backing vocals for the big choir that we did there. And also, who else do we have? So we had Jürgen, Chris, Brian Barton. Now, he wasn't a part of the Rocket Fuel mixing bundle, but he was more than welcome to join in. When I asked, he was actually more than happy to do so, and he played the bass on that. So I'm not a bass player. I can play bass, but I sound more like an angry guitarist trying to squeeze a solo out of a big giant string. So, but yeah, he definitely helped with that. So yeah, that's the culmination of our collaboration in the Rocket Fuel mixing bundle. So if you'd like to know more about that, if you'd like to be involved in something like that, the link is in the description of the video, as well as I've posted it here in the chat. So thank you all so much for being on today, and thanks for posting your favorite. We had a lot of individuals who were giving shout outs to several songs. Thank you guys for supporting one another. This is at this time and age, we need so much for individuals to support one another. I think it's just a great opportunity. As we can see, even here within the community, when we support one another, when we, lift up one another, it just helps all the way around. So, Jimmy says that he feels, where did he put this at? Listening to others is crushing me with self-doubt. Jimmy, don't fall prey to that, man. You have got mad skills. I've listened to some of your music before. You've got plenty of talent. Don't worry about it. And it's not about, these song challenges are not about anyway. It's not about who has the best song or who has the best mix or who has the best guitar sound. It's about sharing your creativity with others. And what happens is, the more confident you get in sharing that, the more feedback that you get. And that feedback, you then take it back to the studio and you go, okay, I'm going to apply that, especially when it comes, in kind of like we do here. Yeah, we will discuss the whole upcoin thing later. I appreciate your generosity, though. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for all of your submissions. And whenever we submit these things, what I was getting at was, we take that, we release it all into, a safe community. We get good feedback from it. We then take it back to our studios, we apply it, and we get better. And that's what this is all about. It's not, there are individuals that are making music here within this community, that whenever they first started submitting songs, was really good. It had lots of potential. And that's what I kept telling them, man, it has a lot of potential. Just maybe change a few things. And within a few months of them submitting the music, of them watching the videos, watching me mix things live and learning from me. It's not all about me, please. It's not all about me. But what I am saying is learning from myself and others and everyone in this community for that matter. They then come back and submit things. And now we've got masterpieces being created, of which I cannot say anything about. Whenever we play them, everybody's just baffled. It's like, what happened? And that's because it's because one of the fastest ways I ever got to where I'm at, honestly, and I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest mix engineer. I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest mastering engineer or producer, but what I am saying is what got me from point A to point B a whole lot faster than what it took others is the fact that I leaned into a community and I leaned into a mentor. And so one of my favorite online mentors, the one that's probably helped me the most, Warren Hewitt, who has got me a lot farther than I ever could have got on my own, really took time with me. That's what I'm doing here. I'm taking time with individuals. I'm sitting down and I'm helping. And that's what I want to do. So don't ever be afraid to submit something because you think it doesn't sound like what you want it to sound like. That's just imposter syndrome. You just need to fight that. Okay. So with that being said, we've spun the wheel of awesomeness. We've had a good time. We've listened to some awesome songs. It's been, believe it or not, it's been almost over 2 hours now we have streamed. So I'm going to have to hop off of here and go and spend time with the family. But I love each and every one of you. And I thank you all so much for hopping on again. Going to give some quick shout outs before we go. Thank you to Upcoin and Glory to Glory to Glory for your generous donations today. Thank you, Anonymous, for following the Facebook page, and Emmanuel for following the Facebook page, Brian, Keith, Littlest, and William Lopes. Thank you all so much for following, for helping out, and for just being awesome. You guys are awesome. So until next time, guys, remember, we can dream alone, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. God bless each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay friendly, and remember, compassion is free. You can give it to anyone, and I guarantee you that you're going to get something back out of it. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.